Hello beautiful goddess moms, and welcome back to the channel. As a continuation of our Hobbies for Mom series, today we will be diving into productivity hobbies that will not only help you unwind but boost your productivity as well as help you to become more financially savvy. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in, stay tuned for more. So first up, let's talk about creating photo albums or photo scrapbooking. So scrapbooking is more than just gluing pictures in a book, but it's really about preserving your memories in a way that's going to help you reflect on your journey as a mother. So this is not only a creative outlet, but it's also a way to unwind. And it could be another opportunity for you to bond with your kids if you so desire to let them help you arrange like the photos and or the decorations. Another bonus is when you're done, you've got a beautiful keepsake that's going to help to tell the story of your family. And this is one of those hobbies that can actually be as basic or it can be as creative as you so desire. So for me personally, I have 4 children and I'm really behind at like documenting their photos and things like that. So what I did recently was I just went on and purchased these simple and cohesive photo albums off of Amazon. And I currently, as I speak, I have a lot of their photos that are in my Walgreens cart just waiting for me to order them. So that's how I'm pretty much going to get started with this hobby. But as I get caught up, I know that I'm going to eventually want to get more creative and then turn it into like more of a scrapbooking hobby. And with scrapbooking, you can get super creative. For me, I'm like one of those really sentimental people, so I like to hold on to things like ticket stubs and like little flyers and from like different events that we go to. I like to hold on to those things so that I can eventually add them into our scrapbooks. So scrapbooking is pretty much just a great way for you to be able to preserve your family's history while also giving you a sense of accomplishment. So next up is life and legacy planning. So I get it. I know this may not be the most exciting hobby to work on, but it is productive nonetheless. For me personally, I met with a life and legacy lawyer to discuss who my children's caregiver would be in the event that me or my husband were unable to care for them. I know this is not anything that you want to imagine, but at the same time, you never really know exactly what the future holds. You may not be ready to hire a lawyer, but I would at least look into it just to know what type of funds are required for putting proper provisions in place. You definitely want to know that your children will be taken care of no matter what. So in the meantime, you could just look online for like estate planning tools, guides, and or journals to assist you if you aren't quite ready for all of the legalities. I do also want to add that in addition to estate planning, something else that goes along with that would be like making sure that you have life insurance so that, your family will also be financially secure in the event of any untimely, the word is death, guys. All right, let's move on to a bit of a lighter topic, at least in comparison to the last one. The next productive hobby is budgeting. Some moms may tend to shy away from budgeting because it might just feel like just another chore. But if you choose to approach it creatively, you might just find that it can actually be quite empowering. Setting a budget is one of those hobbies that can help you to feel more in control, and it can also be fun when you set challenges and goals for yourself. At one point, I was really into those cash stuffing channels here on YouTube. I just really liked seeing how much a person can save like over a period of time with consistency and education. It's also super cool that a lot of those creators have found a way to make budgeting something that's also aesthetically pleasing. And budgeting doesn't just have to stop at your everyday grocery list, but it can be taken another step further for you to learn more about different modalities for investing Or you may not feel that adventurous with investing, so you might just prefer to do something such as open a high yield savings account. To expound upon your budgeting and financial savviness, you could use your budgeting time for tracking your own finances as well as for research time. Tools for budgeting could include budgeting apps, spreadsheets, or just good old-fashioned pen and paper. To give yourself a little bit of momentum, you could start by trying out a savings goal for something fun like a family vacation, or you could even just start a fund such as a self-care fund. With this hobby, you'll get a sense of achievement as you watch your savings grow, and it'll also help you to make more mindful spending decisions. This is not only one of those skills that will affect you only directly, but this is also one of those things that you can pass along to your children and just give them a better head start for their future. A good way to think about budgeting is to realize that it's not just about cutting costs, but it's also about making your money work for you. We are just over halfway through the video, and I wanted to take a moment to check in with you and see exactly how it is that you're enjoying the content. If you are loving it so far, please take a moment to consider subscribing and hitting the like button. It'll really help out the channel. And let's go ahead and dive right back in. This next hobby is somewhat along the lines of budgeting, but this is a little bit more in depth. So this one is all about creating a home binder. A home binder is pretty much the ultimate productivity system for your entire household. Some of the things that a typical home binder would include would be a list of important contacts, all of your bill information. I have one of those complicated Wi-Fi passwords, so I usually keep my password in my home binder, and anytime a guest comes over, I'll just whip out my home binder and I'll let them see the Wi-Fi code. Some other things that you could keep in your home binder, which I also have in mine, are like a list of different easy meals that, like, if I'm ever drawing a blank, I can just open up my home binder and I can immediately have access to some easy meals that I could just do in no time. I have in my home binder medical information for all of my family. I also keep our insurance cards inside of it. And some people will even go as far as to include an in-depth instruction on how they prefer their home to be cleaned, as well as like a checklist about the different zones in the house that need to be cleaned. And this is one of those things that can come in handy. Say for instance, you are having a newborn baby and you have someone in that's coming in the home to help you with your day-to-day task. They could go in your home binder and they could see how it is that you typically run the household, and then they can pretty much just follow suit. And I pretty much just customized my own home binder, and I typed everything up on my laptop, printed it out, and just put it in a standard 3-ring binder. The last productivity hobby on the list is all about simplifying and tweaking your daily schedule. So if you're a stay-at-home mom like me, it can be easy to look up at the end of the day and realize that all of your time has gotten away from you and you don't really know what happened, but all you know is the house is a mess and you are super tired. Creating a schedule is one of those things that I never do enough of. I am always looking for ways to schedule out my day in a more productive manner, and doing so in a way that is going to help me to maximize my time in each day. And I personally have heard a lot of moms say that they really don't prefer to make a schedule, but at the same time, I feel like those types of statements come from like mothers who don't really have that many children and their children are a little bit younger. For them, it just may not be as much of a big deal for them to maximize all of their time. For me, when I just had one kid or 2 children, it was easy for me to just make little play dates here and there, decide to do dinner at whatever random time, but I did quickly begin to see that bad habit catching up with me with the more my family began to grow. Creating a schedule is just one of those things that is obviously going to help your household run more smoothly and help you to be more stress-free in your day to day. So that's all I have for you ladies today on Productive Hobbies. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit the like button as well, and leave a comment below letting me know if you have any productive hobbies of your own. As always, thanks so much for tuning in, and remember, you can be that mom and that goddess. Until next time, peace.